into the air nanoparticles of these elements, silica, metals, and stuff, uh, gold, whatever they use, whatever else, and you can use now radio waves to manipulate that cloud of dust, and it will assemble itself into a CPU, but it's like a tiny dust cloud in the air. And not only that, but they can also make air floating graphic cards and organic LEDs. So the screen, you know. So they are building a whole computer into the air, and it's like a dust cloud. That's how they look. And the way they power them is with laser beams, and um, they can have these um, high definition images into the air that will look like real objects. And guess what? They can even shine light. So when you turn on your screen, your phone, yeah, the screen can be very, very bright when you go full brightness. So it's illuminating very much. And you see that screen from very far distance. You can even use it to walk in the woods. Now, when you have these high definitions in the sky, like flying objects and stuff, and wow, they are using those radio waves to actually push this cloud to move across the earth. So they can fly very, very fast. These will be real entities. I mean, in the era of AI, um, these will be
Yeah, Big
some sort of watchers. Yes.
Can you check your messages? I'm about to send you something.
Okay. It's hard. My phone screen is broken and
Oh,
I
okay.
only see the top part. But is it something you can tell me
It's a
here?
document,
Short?
PDF.
Ah, a document. Oh, that's cool. Is it Bluebeam something?
It's a PhD thesis from 2000, 8 years ago. It was a PhD.
I see. Yeah.
Just interesting. I
Interesting.
think you'll like it.
Okay.
To do with flat Earth.
Um, I just ordered today a new LCD screen to my phone, so in about 2, 3 weeks, it's coming from China, so it's gonna take a little bit. But yeah, then I'll fix my phone and I will check. Yeah, no evidence for the globe.
No real one.
No, never gonna have such thing. I like when I went today at work, I heard QE crashing, destroying Midwest in 24/7. Oh my God, it was very good show, but I didn't catch much, only like 20 minutes, half hour. Then I had to go to work.
That's what's up, gang.
Yeah, he calls himself a communicator, Midwest. Jedi and Mickey was also there. Yeah.
What's going on?
Hello, who is you?
SF Sorrow.
Mr. Globy.
Are you a Glober?
Yes, sir.
So why do you believe that you live on a wet spinning ball?
Because I'm not fucking insane. That's why.
Is water
In the
wet?
middle of
Are you
nowhere.
sure you are not insane? How do you make sure of that?
Um.
Is your
Good
house
question.
moving?
What?
Are you
Is your
inside the padded
is your house
room?
It's
no?
possible.
Is your house moving?
Is my
Is your
what?
house in motion? Is your house in motion? Is it moving?
My house is not
Yeah.
moving at the moment.
Oh shit. Are you 100% sure you're on Discord right now?
I am 99.9% sure.
Is there anything you're 100% sure of?
No.
Yeah.
Well, then you're insane.
Why is that insane?
Because
Because you're
how
not
can
the
you be
child of your
unsure?
parents.
What?
Well, you're 99% sure that your parents are your parents. Yeah. You doubt. You have doubts that they are your parents because
Well,
you say you are
the doubt is so
99%.
small and so
And
minuscule that it's
that's a
not really
small but
doubt.
possibilities in your head. Yeah.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
Simulation, brain in a
You're,
vat, solipsism.
yeah.
Yes.
So when you have no reality, what do you have?
You're insane.
No, I'm not.
Insanity.
Wait, are you 100% sure you're not a brain in a vat?
A
Yes,
brain in a what?
A brain in a vat.
What is a
I am
vet?
100.
What?
What is a vet?
A vat?
Yeah, or vat.
A vat is a little thing that's hooked up into like a other thing that makes it so that you have a simulation
Oh shit. Are you
Like it's the
100%
Never seen
sure?
Futurama.
Matrix.
where your brain's at. Your brain in a vat.
Ugh.
You play too much games, man. Video games.
No, but seriously, all right, let's get serious. So, what's the topic?
The topic is the scientific evidence for the globe Earth.
Oh, well, I mean, everyone believes that the Earth is a globe.
Yeah, but if everyone believes, that makes everyone fanatics, blind believers, parishioners of a religion.
Excuse me, why was I muted?
It's the
You're
fact that
not
your brain isn't moving.
Why was I
Are you
muted?
100% sure you were muted?
I don't,
Because you're still
there
talking.
is a problem with the bots, and sometimes it happens to mute random people. So yeah,
What bot?
I don't know the
The mute
bots
button.
in the server or
Which
Discord, whatever.
bot? I don't see a bot.
I
You don't
don't
need
know.
none of your business.
Yeah. So
We're not here to talk about Discord bots.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why I got muted. I didn't do anything wrong.
Your question, go ahead.
You're not 100% sure that you got muted. So I don't know why this is a topic.
Just because you're not 100% sure on something doesn't mean you could be very, 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 very sure of
well,
something.
okay. Come back to the question. Yeah. So about everyone that believes that lives on a globe. If they believe, then they are parishioners of a religion because religions are belief systems, correct?
They're a little more than belief systems.
What?
Usually religions believe in a being with a mind that created everything.
No,
Yes.
Just believing in something doesn't make it a
no.
religion. Like if I
Beliefs.
believe
Listen,
it's gonna rain tomorrow, that's not like a religious belief.
it is a religious belief.
If I see on the Weather Channel that it's gonna rain tomorrow, there's like a 90% probability, and I believe it's gonna rain tomorrow. That's not a religious
That's something
belief.
else. That's something else. That is a prediction made on certain
Television.
verifications. Yeah, there are weather
Television.
stations where we collect data information,
If I
which
just watch the television and I see that there's a 90% chance that it's gonna rain tomorrow, and then I believe that it's gonna rain tomorrow because of that Weather Channel, do I have a religious
it's a
belief?
prediction.
Yes, you do anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
I have a barometer. Mine says it's raining right now. It's not raining right now. Now what?
Well, then you shouldn't believe it's raining, dummy.
It's very humid in your house.
So, I asked you
Yeah.
scientific evidence for the globe, not belief.
I mean, I can't present you like a study or whatever, but I know that like everyone with like in school they teach you it's a globe. They also
Yeah,
teach you
I
stuff.
know that that
Population
is the
fallacy.
default. Okay, so listen. Um, I give you credit that you are a young person. Now you came to this room and according to the mainstream narrative and teachings, even the default education, yeah,
Yes.
um, they teach us to look at when we hear about flat earthers or stuff like this to have a mindset like, wow, these people are insane to believe these things, because everyone everywhere is saying that the world is a globe. But actually, yeah, it can really happen that the whole world can be deceived. And, what happened in the last 3 years, it shows very clearly that vast majority of people are naive.
Okay. Well, why would I believe
Yeah.
you over everyone else?
Well, I'm not asking you to believe me, so that's why I'm talking about science.
So
But
you
why would
don't
I?
have a belief that it's a globe,
What?
or you do? You don't have a belief that it's a globe, or you do believe it's a globe.
No, he has the default education. Yeah, he said so. I asked him, and he told me. He
So
explained. Yeah,
do you
this is
guys
what
know?
vast majority of people.
Do you
So
guys?
I want to go
Sorry,
ahead, Flatty.
I just want to get it out because I just want
Yeah.
to put this out there.
Me too.
Do you know how to be a critical thinker and to think logically? And did you know that appeal to popularity is not that? There you go.
Well,
Now,
it's an appeal to authority, a valid authority, the
you
education
appealed
system.
to
You think
popularity
the
and
education
authority.
system is valid?
Yes, an appeal
You
to
know who
authority,
bought the
a
education
valid
system in
authority.
1900s?
So that's not
Um, do
critical
you
thinking.
know, one moment, do you know what gave birth to the educational system?
No,
Which institution?
I don't fucking know.
The church.
Whoa. Does the
Yeah.
church control school right now?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. So I don't see why that's relevant.
Well, look, for example, have you heard of the theory of Big Bang?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Do you know who invented this theory? Who came up
Uh,
with it?
not sure. Some smart physicist.
Oh,
Negative.
well, that's what you guess. It is actually the Jesuit priest, Father George Lemaitre.
Uh,
Catholic priest. Catholic priest. To cut it
Yeah,
short.
Catholic priest. And he was like very good friend and mentor like for Einstein.
yeah, I mean, someone can have a theory, but then it becomes supported later on. I'm reading right now astronomers like Edwin Hubble provided observational evidence supporting the idea of an expanding universe, further bolstering the acceptance of the Big Bang
Yeah,
Theory in
but
the 1950s.
what
Gave an idea? Are you crazy?
listen, I know you are capable of reading and stuff, but you first need to actually master the basics, like science, natural science. Why? Because you cannot discern without it through, from, or between uh, theory and scientific theories.
Hmm, interesting.
Yeah, a theory is, just an idea, hypothesis. Yeah, I think something happened because that. But if I never test to verify this to be true, then that is just a story. For example, I can say, I think unicorns fart rainbows after it's raining. And if I don't verify if unicorns really exist and they really fart rainbows, then this theory is just a tooth fairy story. It's a belief. I can choose to blindly believe this to be true, yeah, and nobody can convince me otherwise because I can ignore anyone, yeah,
Hmm.
because I like to believe this. But uh, scientific theories are verified with experiment, validated through experiment, like a caveman observes boiling water, and he thinks, well, I think heat causes the water to boil. Then he takes a bucket of water, he makes a fire, he puts it on top of the fire, and he sees the water is boiling. Now he takes a piece in the fire, he puts off the fire, and the boiling stops. So now he confirmed that heat actually makes water boil. And then he thinks, oh, but maybe pressure also. If I manipulate pressure, maybe I can make water boil. So he
Interesting.
puts a glass of water inside the vacuum chamber. He starts vacuuming the air out, and the boiling point of water drops with the pressure, and the water starts boiling at room temperature.
Okay. Now, how
So,
do we get to flat Earth from that?
well,
Who
flat Earth
measured the curvature of the
actually,
Earth to prove that it was
yeah.
a sphere?
What?
Now,
You take a picture of
there
it
are,
from space, bro.
I got a picture of a unicorn. Now what? Are unicorns real?
No, they're verified pictures from institutions.
My
no, they are
picture is
not.
also
There are
verified.
not. There are no such pictures of
Are
satellites
there
or
are there any
or
pictures you
of
could
the
look up
Earth.
and you would just automatically assume every single picture on the internet is fake? There aren't verified pictures.
Um, have you
Well, that
heard
was a
of Robert
picture.
Simmons?
Heard of what?
Have you heard of Robert Simmons?
No.
Well, this guy is a digital artist in Photoshop. So, and he works for NASA. NASA hired him many years ago, and NASA gave him their they gave him access to their database. NASA actually received a huge database from the US military in the 90s, early 90s, from a secret military project that was called Argus IIS. This military project involved high altitude drones with a new kind of technology of digital cameras. Um, this camera um, is still a secret technology even today, but it uses 1,005 megapixel cameras array in an array, and they the secret technology about it is the algorithm, the special computer algorithm that actually uses all those cameras to create an image. And when this camera is recording something, it does have multi-focus capabilities. So no matter how much you zoom in, you can still see very clearly what is close to the camera and what is far away. You get mind-blowing details. So one picture, when this camera is taking one picture, it's the size of 1.8 terabytes. So it's huge, like as how much information this camera actually produce. And um, they use these drones to fly above the whole world, yeah, and they mapped the world. um, they after the military actually blurred out their zone secret
Wait, what the fuck
areas
are
of
you saying?
interest, they gave it to
What's the
NASA.
point?
What?
What's the
This is
point?
the information which was used to actually make Google Maps.
Huh. Wait, but are you gonna say that the picture of the Earth from NASA is fake? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that guy Robert Simmons is a digital artist and he got access to this database and he was taking these um, strip images, yeah, from those flights, and he stitched them on a ball and he had to cut them so they match on a sphere, yeah, in Photoshop. And you can even see in
Wait,
his
what's his name?
globe
What's his name?
image Robert Simmons.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've
And
got it.
he's saying about the globe earth picture that he created, he said that it's Photoshop because it has to be. So that's not actually a photograph. It's a image. It's created. It's an icon. It's just like when you go to the church and you see an icon created by the hands of an artist, and it's an item of worship, and they put that image on all iPhones in 2010.
Okay. Uh, uh,
So people see it in their face, yeah, to believe it.
from what I've just looked up, apparently,
Yeah,
so it says the images produced by NASA, including those visualized by Robert Simmons, are not photographs in the traditional sense. They are often composites created from satellite data gathered over time. The process
yeah.
involves combining various data sets to produce accurate and informative representations of Earth's features, such as clouds, land cover, and ocean conditions. While the term edited might be used, it's crucial to recognize that this editing is not a manipulation of the data for deceptive purposes. Instead, it's a way of enhancing and combining data to create a more comprehensive and understandable representation of Earth's
You believe us,
complex
darn it.
systems.
They say it in your face, and then they try to wash their hands. Why they use, to cut and actually use the clone tool in Photoshop to paste in clouds, yeah? Because when you put that image in Photoshop and there is a AI um, uh, picture manipulation algorithm, it detects if a picture has been digitally edited, yeah? And when you put that, it will show you that many clouds are cloned in that picture. And in older pictures, yeah, NASA even made fun of the world. They wrote the word sex in the clouds.
Whoa.
And that is subliminal messaging. Your eyes and subconscious actually see that message, but don't you are not aware of it that you are seeing.
Uh, but just because it's edited and enhanced a little bit, does that necessarily mean that you're still not getting an accurate representation of the Earth? Because you could edit something a
Well,
little bit,
um,
you know.
yeah, you see, they say it's data from satellites. Which fucking satellite specifically? They don't say, yeah? And I just told you about the military secret program of video recording, mapping the whole world, digitally mapping the whole world. This is what the US military did with their famous spy drones.
Okay.
And they did this in the early 90s. And only the military had access until late 90s when they gifted NASA with this database. And then in 2000, yeah, Google bought the first quantum computer, yeah, from D-Wave from Canada and made it a gift to NASA, therefore forming a direct alliance and becomes Google NASA. So NASA gave their Langley building, yeah, they associated with Google, and they are both together in that NASA building. They
What are you
have
trying to
a
say?
yeah. What I'm trying to say is that Google was the first that got access to this database, yeah, to this digital map, and they constructed the Google Maps from it. But that is limited information that you see on Google Maps. It's not actually the real military data. And that is, when NASA says that, oh, we use data from satellites. No, satellites cannot see that far.
Wait, but if NASA's
In
saying
such
that they
a
can and you're saying that they can't, why wouldn't I just believe NASA?
well, how did they see through clouds?
I don't work for NASA, but they seem to be an institution that goes into space and stuff, so they might know what they're doing.
Well, you see, that's why, if you remember at the beginning of this conversation, I told you about the natural sciences and that a person first needs basic understanding and knowledge of natural sciences. You see, that space, yeah, vacuum of space where ISS and satellites are, is actually that medium needs to be demonstrated first that it can exist because that medium is in a direct violation of the second law of thermodynamics and even against the definition of gas pressure, not to mention another 6 gas laws. So the problem is entropy and gas pressure. You cannot have gas pressure adjacent to a vacuum
Wait, hold
without
on.
a solid barrier
Can I
between them to separate them. Yes,
explain a
go.
little bit?
Try. Okay.
Okay. So the second law of thermodynamics states that the total entropy in a closed system tends to increase over time. Now, this law does not prevent the existence of space. In fact, the universe is not a closed system, it's an open system. And the expansion of the universe is consistent with the increase in entropy. What do you think about that?
Wait. Where is the universe expanding into?
Uh, it is
You're not
expanding.
gonna find this. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna find this answer to this question.
It's okay to say you don't know because he doesn't know either.
The universe encompasses all of space and time. Rather than expanding into something, it's the space itself that's stretching.
Yeah, he's
Into what?
trying to boil down that you can't have gas without can't have gas pressure without a container, and that violates the second law of thermodynamics, and that's a
What
whole
is it?
load of hogwash.
Wait, hold on. I'm having a conversation with this Russian guy. Okay?
Jet
Calm down.
bejet, get beget.
He's
So,
Romanian, by the way.
yeah. So, according to the mainstream narrative, yeah,
Okay.
they are saying that the universe is uh,
Here, wait, let me try and make it simpler. Imagine a ruler where each centimeter represents a unit of distance between galaxies. As the universe expands, it's like the ruler itself is stretching. The galaxies on the on the ruler move away from each other as space itself expands.
so the ruler is expanding.
Yes.
Um, where do you see that?
What do you mean?
You got
Yeah,
any
like
evidence of this, or you just reading off Google?
yeah. Does
Um,
does the distance between the star changes?
Wait, okay, here's the evidence. So, number one, the redshift of galaxies. Edwin Hubble observed that light from distant galaxies is shifted toward longer wavelengths. This redshift increases with the distance of the galaxy, indicating that galaxies are moving away from us and from each other. This observation supports the idea of an expanding universe. There's a lot
So
more.
you're saying,
Bullseye.
listen. Yeah, just take it easy. You already made a claim which we have to address.
Okay.
People that invoke the Doppler shift effect, yeah, they are trying to say that you cannot have a red light and a blue light. When you go to disco, you know, they have those red, blue, green, yellow lights and they flash, you know, colors of light.
Okay.
So that's impossible to have
Wait. Say that again. What's
because,
impossible to have?
well, you see, when 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 you see the red light, yeah, that means that thing is moving away from you. And when you see the blue light, that thing means it's coming towards you. But when I go to the disco, they are fucking hanging on the wall. They are not moving.
When you go to what?
To disco,
Disco?
those lights are not moving. Yeah.
So disco lights aren't moving?
Some of them are moving. Yeah, they have motors, and they can rotate a little bit and stuff. But a lot of them, they are just in fixed position. Yeah, just like ceiling lights.
So because disco lights stay still, you don't understand how it's red light moving away from you and blue light moving.
Well, yeah. So that red light on the ceiling, yeah,
Uh-huh.
when it's on, that means that light is going away from me. That's why it's red,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, sure.
Well, this is exactly what I told you.
Okay, wait.
People who
Hold on.
invoke the Doppler shift, they claim that the color of the light source changes because of its motion. If it's moving away from you or if it's moving towards you. It's like you cannot have a red light source and you cannot have a blue light source, static, fixed position.
Okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Now, when it comes to
Yeah.
stationary lights, like disco lights, the Doppler effect is negligible because the source isn't moving relative to the observer. The colors
Well, it's
of the
not
light.
negligible. The
What?
light is red. The light is red. That's all you can say about it.
Yes, but it's
You can't
negligible because.
tell that the light is moving or not. Because in the sky, that light, it doesn't move away from us, neither closer to us. All it does is it it appears to orbit on the sky. So it's moving in a circular uh, path around Polaris. That's what we see in the sky. That's the only motion that we observe of stars.
Okay.
We cannot see that they are moving away or closer to us. If they were moving, it should be detectable. Like we should see that after 100 or after 10 years, yeah, the distance between two stars in a constellation of whatever constellation you want to choose from the 13 out there in the sky, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Orion's belt, yeah, those little three stars, the distance between them should increase and we should see comparing to others, yeah, which are coming close to us and the distance between them is getting smaller. But we don't see this. Their position and arrangement in the sky has been written down for many thousands of years by mankind. We already have this knowledge.
Wait, so do you want to know how the Doppler effect applies?
I want to
to
tell you, what I want to tell you is that if I take a picture of the night sky and by
Okay.
some miracle you could travel 10,000 years back to the past and you look at night and compare the sky, it's the same.
Wait, what was the last part?
If you took a picture of the positions of the stars, constellations in the night sky, and
Okay.
you go back 10,000 years in time and compare it with the sky 10,000 years ago, you will find they are in the same exact position, location. Nothing is changed. but you have to understand, there are cycles. They rotate in cycles. So the sky it looks today, there is a perfect match into the past.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, it is. You see, these cycles, um, there are, for example, like even comets, observed, which come at couple hundred years ago, once in couple hundred years ago,
Oh,
and
well,
and
stars.
stars alignments, certain alignments which happen cyclically at 10, 20, 100, 500 years. They happen over and over again. They repeat these cycles and alignments.
Hmm.
Yeah. And this study is actually the ancient Babylonian knowledge, the Saros cycles. This is knowledge that mankind doesn't have it from yesterday. We have it for thousands of years. Now, how can Doppler effect explain that when stars are actually moving away from towards us, there should be completely different kind of sky, and stars which we see with a certain brightness, and size in the sky, they never get smaller, those that are moving away from us. For thousands of years, they are the same size. And we do have this documented, like which star with their name, how size, this one is bigger than that one, and so on.
All right, you want me to explain?
I know you can't explain, but try.
Okay, so the Doppler effect does result in a shift in the observed wavelengths of light from stars, depending on whether they are moving toward or away from the
yeah,
observer. But
but
the effect is
okay,
generally
one
quite
moment.
small.
You said shift in wavelength. So you're saying that light uh, is a wave?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Say
No.
what?
Light is photons.
Yeah.
Light is made of photons. They are not waves.
Light is both a wave and a particle.
No.
Never.
No. I mean, you're in contradiction with many physics universities, yeah?
Double slit experiment? Anyone?
Yeah, what's the double slit?
The double slit is actually how we come to determine that it is both a wave and a particle.
Yes.
No.
That is
Light is
exactly how.
photons, yeah?
I can put
Wait.
Light is
several
not a
articles
wave.
showing you exactly that.
Listen. Stop galloping. I'm explaining you.
Galloping?
Light is made of photons. Light, it does have a function of a wave, but it's not a wave,
Can it be
and
measured like a wave?
doesn't even behave like a wave.
Well, have you ever heard of a spectroscopy?
Spectral what?
Spectroscopy? Spectroscopy.
Spectroscopy.
Yeah. or an
Yeah.
interferometry?
I use interferometry to actually measure nanometric parts which I make in CNC machining.
So with the so hard to pronounce.
Spectroscopy.
Spectroscopy. Okay, yeah. So yeah, they use it a lot to measure the wavelengths of light. They disperse the light into its constituent wavelengths using a prism or a.
Okay, you don't know what spectroscopy is.
You need to know the light source.
It's a widely used technique used to measure the wavelengths of light. It involves dispersing light into its constituent wavelengths using a prism or a diffraction grating. The resulting spectrum can be observed and analyzed to determine the specific wavelengths present. How do we feel about this? Do they exist?
Yeah.
Is it true?
You need to, you can't tell if it was the light from an LED or a mercury tube.
Wait, what was that?
You cannot tell what the light source is. You need to know that. In spectrometry and in spectroscopy, yeah, you measure what kind of light source, what kind of light you have. And then you have to compare it with the light source you are using, yeah? And now that you know this information, you can use this light source in a spectrometer for determining what elements are inside a gas, liquid, you know.
So you want to know how they determine the light source from a spectroscopy?
Yeah, that's how you
Well,
determine
it's simple. It's simple.
the quality of that light bulb,
Yeah. So
But
they use emission spectra. If you ever heard of that, a continuous spectra, a hot dense object like a solid or a dense gas produces a continuous spectrum with a broad range of wavelengths. An example is a blackbody radiator.
yeah, the sun is one of them. Yeah, almost a perfect black body.
Yeah. So
Do you know what that means? To have a black body?
let me think. No. What's a black body?
It means that when you shoot a laser or radio wave, electromagnetic pulse or anything, yeah, or a light to it, it will reflect nothing back. It absorbs everything.
Okay.
So when you shine a flashlight to the sun, you're not going to see light photons coming from the sun, which are the photons that are shining towards the sun from your flashlight. You will never get anything like that. and this is also valid with the moon. Um, you cannot shoot a laser at the moon and have a laser photon bounce back to your eye.
Mm.
And they have a twisted, wicked story. Yeah, so because they claim that they were on the moon and they installed mirrors. Yeah, some cat eyes on the moon. And they claim that you can shine a laser to the moon and it's gonna hit those mirrors, and um, that laser beam will be reflected back to the earth. And they claim that's how they determine, calculate, measure the distance from the earth to the moon. The problem is that when they do this setup, they are actually uh, using a probability, yeah, because that sensor, which is actually reading photons, yeah,
Mhm.
um, the moon is emitting photons already. So whether you are powering on the laser or not, you will still get probabilistic photons from the moon into that laser sensor, yeah, which they conflate. They actually do some uh, mathematical equations, yeah, and they will tell you that, yeah, light really travels with the speed and it takes this much time and we detect it in the sensor. So it's just a cheap scam trick they do.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I feel like you're the only person I've heard on the Flat Earth Discord that seems like you just talk about stuff you know and why, and some things you reject, and you seem to know a lot. But I feel like most of the people here get angry very quickly, and
Yes.
it's a lot about the
I tell you why. You will have to be um, smooth with flat earthers because a lot of us been mocked and uh, we've been through a lot through all these years, so many years. We had so many people coming in here, calling us name, uh, flooding us with. They were just posting gay porn, whatever, making us in with salt and water, salt and pepper, you know. So now a lot of the flat earthers um, will be a little bit harsh, I would say. They get triggered easily
yeah. I mean,
because
like
they will assume that you are a dishonest person, acting like a clown, you know, just make fun of them. And when they really are people that really try and like to share truth, information. And this is what we are all about, searching, seeking truth, and acknowledge truth,
yeah.
you know. So we don't deny the world facts, but if someone comes to us and he's trying to force a blind belief on us, then hell no. We will take them with science, scientific method, experiments, the three constituent variables of the experiment, and most of these people that come in here and argue with us, they don't even know what science is, what the scientific method is, or an experiment.
Yeah, I mean, even if they don't, though, I don't really see, because I don't expect the average person to have to know anything about science to accept certain things in science. Like, even if you just go through life and you've never taken a science class and you know nothing,
Well,
it'd still be crazy
for
for you
real,
to.
science really, science is hard to understand and to learn it. It's simple like boiling water. Once you have learned that, you see, the three variables, the three constituent variables of an experiment: independent variable, dependent, and controlled variables. These are the three. Now, in an experiment, the independent variable is the one you manipulate. So you make an observation of water boiling. Yeah. Now, um, this is the dependent variable, and you formulate a hypothesis. I think heat makes the water boil. Now you take the water, yeah, and
Wait, hold on,
you you add
We've been
heat,
we've
yeah,
been through this.
yeah,
I think you said that at
okay,
the beginning.
yeah.
Yeah. On to the next part.
But my point is that, like, do we really need the average person to like take a biology class to accept that cells exist, or can we just rely on the academic
Well,
institutions to examine them and then, you know,
mhm,
tell us?
I get you. We don't deny. We're not gonna say, ignorantly cells don't exist. They exist, yeah. I at school at biology, the teacher brought us a microscope and we took, from the onion peel, yeah. We put it on the microscope and we saw the cells,
All
yeah,
right,
the
hold
children.
on.
Yeah.
Replace cells with atoms. Go.
Atoms, we are talking about picometer sizes. They they you barely see a micron. So you can't see something which has a couple of picometers. A nanometer is 1,000 nanometers is 1 micron. Um,
But like, the average person can't go and, like,
problem is, listen, the, no, uh, 10 nanometers is 1 micron. Now, this size is so small that when it's like you take 1 millimeter and you split it into 1 million equal pieces. Um in 1 nanometer, you can have about 160 atoms of gold. So when the US and Chinese recently, they arguing politically today on these IPs, the microchip technologies of 7 nanometers, but actually the Chinese even took the 2 nanometers ones, so they can make pretty much anything, you know. And yeah, when we talk about these dimensions, uh, there is nowhere further to go. It's a physical limitation, and yeah, the US is very frustrated of this, so they are trying to impose some sort of embargo on China to obstruct them making export. Yeah, but the US is dependent on China. uh, so the quality that the US is proud of, the Chinese have it too. So yeah.
Wait, so
You can't
did
see an atom with the naked eye. That's this, and you see their shape. Yeah, the atomic model. Uh, it's a model. Uh, we think it's how it is, but we don't know for sure it is like that.
well, my only point is that there are things
Yeah.
that a person that has never gone to school before, there are things that that person should be able to believe in without someone just
Mhm.
calling it religion. Like I wouldn't say it's
Yeah.
dumb or religious for a person that's never gone to school before and doesn't have background knowledge to believe in atoms or cells without looking at it in a microscope or doing some weird math to figure out that there's like a small atomic thing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Well, you see, now I will call it by the name. You know, the heliocentrism is a religion, and its main purpose is to actually build a certain mindset, limited knowledge. Yeah, because a slave that you want to control and manipulate uh, doesn't need to be very intelligent, you know, and smart and ingenious, because you cannot actually control him then. You know, he will actually seek his independence, you know. But once you construct his mindset from early childhood, yeah, you kidnap him from his parents, you take him inside the school where a stranger, an adult, is the authority, yeah. He's defenseless in front of him, and there are another 30 young children the same age, a lot of them even more dumb and stupid than he is, yeah. And now this guy uh, tells them what to do, what to learn, how to behave, you know, everything. And that guy doesn't love them. No, all those children, they are strangers for him, and he is a stranger to them. I know adults can fake loving one, and that is so easy. Just look around you at your workplace. How many people at work, how many of them colleagues, yeah, you work together. How many of them do you think they love you as a person or like you?
None.
You know, yeah. And how many do you like or love and stuff? I'm not
No.
saying love in a thing. You see, I have my own definition for the word love. So when I say love, I think of three words: law, order, and judgment. So yeah, but
Well, I
yeah,
mean,
you understand now what I tried to say. I think they when you ask, for example, um, university teachers, you see, these people to become a university teacher or high school teacher, college teacher, um, when they went to this special school to be a teacher, um, they are being taught indoctrination methods. So they have to use indoctrination methods to actually teach the children. So they are experts in indoctrinating someone. Um, a lot of them will tell you if you ask them honestly. Those who are on, but a lot of them will deny. This is a very funny thing, you know. I met many professors in my life. Yeah, they told me. I asked them, and
well, you know what? Even just getting away from science, like to know that a country that you've never been to exists. I mean, do we have to go to that country to verify that it exists, or can we just accept that like the pictures we see online and what we learn in school about the map and all the continents is just true? Like, do you have to verify everything yourself to know what's true?
well, you don't need to verify if Germany exists. I don't know. Are you American?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know how many European countries you have visited, but yeah, uh, they exist. They are here. You can come, visit, experience. Um, you don't need to actually see it in person.
Yeah,
Um,
but how do we know that? Because
these
the only
are, you see, countries in the world are places we are allowed, and um, yeah, if you get probably a visa or I don't know, as an American, you probably don't need any visa for any country except maybe North Korea and Iran. You need special permit to
No, we need
visit
a
those
visa to go anyway.
countries.
We do need a visa.
Now, now, so travel is regulated. They confine us, yeah, into borders. And yeah, about 2 years ago, we were not allowed to even go outside of the city to a different village or city, to visit relatives and stuff. Like it was madness. Now, so we're not talking about the countries that exist in the world. This is not we actually question. Uh, but when we talk about the North Pole and Antarctica, those are exotic, remote places, and we are not allowed to explore beyond the 60th parallel. Now, there is an Antarctic treaty in the world signed 1950s, 1956, if I'm not mistaken. And there was more than 100 countries that signed this treaty, and no country from the world ever broke that treaty.
Well, you
But
know where to go next.
in the world, uh, all countries have signed so many other treaties and they all broke them, but not this one, not the one about Antarctica.
It was only signed by 12.
Nobody is allowed to go there. Independent explorer, no civilian there. You can, they say, yeah, today you can make a trip to Antarctica and stuff. It's like you're buying a holiday on Expedia.com, you know. But that's a lie. You first need special permission from your government, and then you will be regulated. You cannot take devices with you, what you want. You cannot take food. You cannot take pretty much anything. Yeah, they give you only what you need there, and you pay them. You know, to give you food, to give you shelter, to give you a transport. Yeah, you can't take your own car if you want to. No, you can't take your own helicopter. You can't take your own jet. No, even if you had it. So when you go there, you go to some probably uh, like the first base, yeah, one remote location base in Antarctica, and they will not allow you many things. Most of the time, you'll stay indoors, yeah, and not allowed to verify, to go wander, explore, because there is stuff they don't want you to see, like 24-hour sun, if there is or there is not, you know. Believe me, going to Antarctica is worse than uh, being in a maximum prison security, uh, maximum security prison.
It isn't though, because anybody can take a trip down there. It's just like booking a cruise, which
Uh,
cruise does the same thing.
okay,
You
okay,
only bring
okay.
your
If you
clothes.
go there,
They provide the
listen, listen,
security. They no,
listen,
you've been monologuing. Let me finish.
listen.
You're going to talk
If
about
you
the
go
Antarctic
there,
Treaty.
I want,
Let me
I
clarify
want
the
you
Antarctic
to go
Treaty.
there.
Are not allowed in Antarctica. What are you talking about, bro?
You absolutely are allowed to go
I
to
want you
Antarctica.
to
No,
be
you
able to
aren't.
take.
You can even do private expeditions. What you're failing to understand about private expeditions in Antarctica is that the
Those
government
are
will not help
scientists, my
you.
boy.
No, you can have a private expedition to go across Antarctica.
Not the
Absolutely
average
can.
person, my boy.
If you have enough money to sit there and hold your own private expedition, go for it.
No, you
You can.
can't, bro.
You just have to
You
sign
forgot
a
about the
waiver.
treaty.
You had no. The Antarctic
Yeah.
Treaty has nothing about doing expeditions across
You
Antarctica. It is only about setting up military outposts in Antarctica. That is all it's about.
that's not even what
What?
it's about.
Who are
Why
you
only
that
12
You can't
you
nations?
are
even you
Only
talking?
can't
12
step
the
in
Listen, I
there.
major
was
the
not
12 major
talking to
nations of the world
you,
actually do this, but you
dude.
can't do this.
You
You
just
can go
jump in. You
because you're
just
talking
jump in
nonsense. You're talking nonsense.
frustrated.
No, you're
You
talking
are
nonsense.
talking nonsense.
You can do a private expedition
Have you been to Antarctica?
Yeah,
if you
facts.
sign a waiver. You don't have
You've
to.
been
I
to
thought we
Have
already
you
Antarctica?
been to
established about Germany.
Antarctica?
We
Have
don't
you
have
ever
to. I thought we already
searched on
established this about
Google
Germany.
to buy a ticket to Antarctica?
We already established this about Germany that you don't have to go somewhere in order to know that it exists and what you are allowed to do, which you are allowed to have private expeditions. You just have to sign a waiver with your government and with the base that you were going to originally be dropped off at, that if you get into trouble, there is
What
no
if I
support
don't
for
want
you.
to
They
be
are not
dropped at
coming for
any
you.
base? I want to go with my own yacht, with my own
Fine,
snowmobile.
fine. You can absolutely
No,
go.
you can't.
You
No.
can't, bro.
Once
You
you
can't.
cross the
Oh
60th
wow.
parallel, they shoot you.
No, they do not shoot you.
Yeah, one
The
dude
golden circle
tried.
race proves this. The
Listen,
golden
You
there
don't
is
know
circle
what
one
race.
the
guy
Coast
who
Guard, bro.
tried.
The U.S.
They
Navy.
The
caught him.
golden circle race, the golden
By
globe
5
race
people
actually
talking at
shows this exact thing. Because the golden globe race is actually a sailboat race around the 60th parallel, because the 60th parallel south is the only place on the world where you can travel all the way around the world without hitting any landmass. That's why they have that golden globe race down at the 60th parallel south. You can cross down and land in Antarctica if you choose to.
Cool story.
yeah.
Facts, bro. Facts. Yeah, facts. That's why there's only scientists, and there's like
There's not
literally
only
no fucking nothing but ice and rocks that they show you in Antarctica. That's why you want to go there, huh?
I never said I
And
wanted to
they
go there.
are
I'm saying
they are
the crap he's
surrounded
spitting out is
by
bullshit. Because
airship
he said
carriers
hundreds of
and war.
countries signed this Antarctic treaty. No, it was only 12 nations, and it was only about making sure that no one's going to actually set up a military base. That's why only research bases are down there.
No, all nations don't go there. All of them don't go.
I
They
didn't,
can't.
I
They're
didn't
not
say they
allowed.
did. I didn't say they did. I said the Antarctic
Yeah.
Treaty was signed by 12 nations, not hundreds, as he said.
Yeah,
But
how many
no,
are
the
part of
hundreds
it
don't go
now?
there because they don't break that thing because they can't.
They're not even a part of the treaty to break it.
But they can't break it still because the big powerful countries are the actual ones that fucking signed it. Bro, look, bro, you just never. Antarctica is spooky, bro.
No, it's not spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is just another desert in the world.
it was used for esoteric purposes back then, supposedly.
Actually, conditions in Antarctica are very harsh. You have to
That's
go
true.
very well prepared. I mean, in winter, temperatures reach minus 80 degrees Celsius. If you breathe one breath of that air temperature, kills you instantly on the spot. So you need a breathing machine to be able to breathe there. And that means that at that temperature, you cannot breathe almost 14 psi or a little above 14 psi. You cannot breathe that air
Why
pressure
not?
because you die. You have
Oh,
to breathe about 7 psi, almost 7 psi, the air pressure, and the air has to have a much higher oxygen concentration. 35% or something like that. So uh, these are special breathing machines systems. You can't survive without one there. Minus 80 degrees Celsius in winter is something. Now, if you go um, further away, like on that ice wall, we all see pictures from Antarctica. There is like an ice wall. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's rising about 100 meters from the water. And okay, let's say we get on top of it, um, and we start going south, you know, and you go. When you go like 10
Buy more
miles,
items, bro.
it will be very cold there. So minus 40, minus 60. That's when it's minus 40, that means summertime. But minus 40 degrees Celsius is already a cold, which is painfully cold.
So we can't go there?
Well,
If anybody wants to look at it, I've posted a PDF in the live stream text room.
yeah. We can't. I mean, in that area beyond the 60th parallel, all these US Russian submarine airship carriers, warships, all these technologically advanced machines and ships,
They track
uh,
you?
they they go at full speed there. You know,
Oh.
that U.S. ship carriers, you know, those that have airplanes, stealth airplanes, whatever. Um, some of them are nuclear powered. Now, we see those airships; they are very big, but and people think, oh, these airship carriers, they don't uh, go with high speed on the water, but actually those can go very fast. The military uh, whole keeps the secret. I mean, what they give us some technical specifications about these giant machines that they own, but it's a lot of it. It's secret information, and only the military knows what they are
Oh.
capable of.
Yeah, so I go down by the harbor quite often,
Yeah,
and there's a couple of huge yachts down there. These are
yeah,
105 and 112 feet long. The one that's
yeah.
about 112 feet long, it has its own aircraft on its aft deck. It has an airplane.
Wow.
Do you think
Yeah,
even they could get there? I mean, they physically could probably get there, but do you think
yeah.
they would be allowed there?
Sorry,
They
they
would
will
not
be
be allowed.
allowed.
They would be stopped.
You're coming a little bit muffled, Sonny.
Oh, sorry about that. Probably not
Yeah,
close enough.
I like to hear you, but maybe turn your mic
I'm not.
higher,
No, I'll turn the speak. Yeah, that could be it. I'll check it out.
or you are far away.
No, I'm at my phone, but maybe if I disconnect this remote speaker and just go with the
Oh, I
headset.
see. Yeah.
Terrible,
That
man.
better? How's that?
Yeah, now
Much
it's
better.
much better. Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
So what were you saying? I couldn't make up very well.
What was I saying? I was saying there's a couple of huge yachts that one of them has its own airplane. It has
Oh
a it has
yeah.
an airplane. It has an airplane with a pontoon. So like this thing is
Well,
a seaplane. It has its own seaplane on the back of it.
yeah,
Some of them have helicopters. I've seen
yeah, yeah,
quite a few really huge, amazing looking modern yachts come in here, and that'd be a blast. Some of them look more like submarines than they do yachts, but they're actually yachts with
yeah,
multiple bays where they can launch different things like Avon dinghies or jet skis or water skis or
yeah.
parasails or whatever.
Well, these are the world's elites, the millionaire, billionaires.
Yeah, yeah. They want to kick
So
you out of want to kick everybody out of
yeah,
California and make it just this place where only the elite could
yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah.
Damn, bruh. I like California, bruh. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's being destroyed. It's being destroyed, systematically being destroyed.
Damn, bruh.
But nothing can conquer this nature. When you get out to nature, that's the equalizer. Because
Yeah,
just 70, 80 miles east of me is a desert. And that ain't nothing to play with. You're not just going to go roaming around in the desert unless you're prepared. You won't make it. It's very
correct.
harsh. It's
Yes.
really harsh. So this little enclave right along the coast, they can't really destroy that.
Yeah. But you see, these yachts, they can drive very high speeds. I'm pretty sure some of them can go 100 miles an hour.
I
Um,
would say like it's you have to have a clearance to know how fast they actually go at the time you're in the service.
yeah,
So like the yachts now can go, I bet they could probably go 50 to 60 knots or close to
yeah.
70 miles an hour. I don't know about the ones that are like cigar boats, yeah, those
I
go
know
100 miles.
they have also regulation speed and stuff according to size and but
What could we talk about
you
next?
know when you buy a car, yeah, people, these young men, they do cheap tuning, whatever, not they put a more powerful turbine and you can get more from your car. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that they can do also the same with yachts and stuff like
Yeah.
this. The
Oh
civilians.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they
Yeah.
probably have
But
hydrogen run turbine. If you
yeah,
could put a
yeah,
hydrogen run turbine. You can have multiple fuel
yeah,
possibilities from
yeah.
solar to wind to
Yes.
whatever. I mean,
And
Sorry, guys. We were talking about Antarctica. Now we're talking about cars and fucking boats. What's going on?
yeah, so I'm pretty sure that these military airship carriers and stuff, when they go 60th parallel, they go at very high speed
well, check
because
it out. Some of the warships, not to interrupt you, but some of the warships, I truly believe they have hydrofoils. So what they're doing now is they're going fast enough. They're lifting off the water.
yeah,
Once you,
yeah,
once you're able to
like
break free of
flying.
the water,
Yeah,
they fly yeah,
yeah,
they fly.
yeah,
So that's what they're probably doing out there now. And it looks strange as hell if you're out there and you're out there at night and you see that horizon far out to sea on a
yeah,
clear night. It's almost so amazing and strange. You're gonna like once you do that a few times, you see things that you never I couldn't explain at first. Unexplainable shit. It
yeah,
just looked really bizarre. The horizon wasn't where I suspected it should be. the things I saw fleeting around on the horizon were actually the horizon, but that horizon was way out there, way up high, higher than I thought it should be. Like it looked like these things were in the sky, but there were probably ships way off in the horizon.
By the way, Sunny, I'm making the drilling pin rods for the platform 1 and 2
For
at
what
work.
platform? The pin rods, yeah.
The Black Swan platforms.
Oh. Are you
Made in
serious?
Germany. No, I was
You're
just
making.
joking. But I make those oil drilling pin rods work. Yeah. Actually, this company is Bowart Longyear. It's an American company, corporation.
Oh.
So they could be, they definitely they have to be on those platforms, like doing something, you know. Because Bowart Longyear makes these drilling mills.
Yeah. There's probably there's probably several corporations that do things like that, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't be more than a handful, I'd say, of the major ones. I mean, there's probably a bunch of subsidiaries and contractors and all that stuff that funnels down, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a very interesting field when you start manufacturing things, like when you're actually in there in the shop. Like that actually helped me when flat Earth, because I already knew what flat meant, like by
Yeah.
definition. So you actually know it when you see it too.
Man, at work when I see these pipes, they are like I make mostly 3 meters long, and we have to do a inside thread and outside thread, so they thread among each other. Um, but it's a pipe like uh, 1 soul diameter, or 90, let's say 90 millimeters, yeah. And the
Like
wall, the metal
that's
wall is like 10 millimeters thick.
uh yeah,
Yeah, so
now I
it's
kind of get
very
the I
hard.
kind of get the
It's a heavy pipe. And when you put, you know, 8 miles of these pipes together to drill down in the earth, 8 miles, they are so heavy all together pushing down. It's wow. I am still baffled. How did that machine Cola Super Deep borehole
oh, they even got that
actually?
far, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
how they could even make
it's
it that far.
wow. It's mind blowing. you know, if I didn't knew about the Cola Super Deep and someone asked me and see these pipes and stuff, I will say, whoa, okay, maybe 2, 3 kilometers, but then this pipe is so long and so deep inside the earth, it's so much metal to turn it. It will take a lot of force, power, energy, torque. So yeah.
Lots of new people in the chat, guys. Just noticed that we had a few people in earlier, but they ducked out really, really quickly. Please try to stay on topic, guys. We were talking
Okay.
about the Antarctic Treaty with somebody in earlier. Now we're just talking randomly about fucking bullshit. So
Yeah,
if you
Japan.
notice new people have
Back.
jumped into the room, then please try to invite them into a conversation instead of waffling amongst yourselves.
Yes. Hello and welcome, everyone.
Hello, I'm new here.
Welcome.
Yes.
Well, how did you find about
Okay, I'm
Flat
going.
Earth?
Don't ask me because I'm not new here. I don't want to waste your time.
So, okay.
Here, I'll help along. Right? Does anyone have scientific proof for the shape of the Earth? Anyone? Speak up. Come on. I know you're in here, Globers. I can see you.
I can hear you breathing. Is that you breathing?
No, not me.
Yeah, what's up? Go ahead and check it again, ma'am. 1, 2.
Can we have a scientific proof for the globe Earth?
Yeah, we got FFF fail. We got him in here right now. Hi, what's up, man?
What's up?
Nothing much,
Hello,
man.
welcome.
We're asking people that are brand new to this room,
Yeah.
what is their position on the topic of this room?
Well, I mean, I think you guys are wrong, but I mean, it's fine.
Okay.
I actually kind of curious. How do seasons work on a flat Earth?
Seasons work on a flat Earth just like they do on a globe. It's the sun's proximity to your location. So, if you're in the north, the farther away the sun is, it's wintertime. It's the same. There's nothing different.
So how does the daylight cycle work?
Same.
Well, it's
There's nothing
because
different.
no, because if one of those are true, the other one's false.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm sure you know that on the northern and southern hemisphere, the it's summer and winter at like different at the same time. It's summer and winter depending if you're northern or southern.
It's no, it's an opposite because the south is when the sun is closer to the south, it's on the like it crosses over the equator, so then it's on the other side. So it'd be summertime for those guys, it's wintertime for the north, and vice versa. It's the same. Tropic of Cancer, Tropic
Actually,
of Capricorn.
the tropics, Capricorn and Cancer.
Yeah, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. The sun moves, back and forth through the tropics. So when it does so, it's wintertime for one side, and summer for the other, the north.
Okay.
It's the same.
The
It
summer
works
is,
the same.
the sun is closer in the winter.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
So when you go outside, yeah,
when
when you go out, no, it's not. When you go outside and you see this,
further.
so let me finish up, guys.
Yeah.
So when you go outside and you see the sun moving from northeast to northwest in the summertime, that's closer to you if you're living in the north, right? It's
No.
closer to you. Yes.
No.
Yes. It's
No.
proximity. It's proximity to your location is closer. Listen, when it rises in the east and sets in the west in the wintertime, it's rising southeast to southwest. So it's farther away from your location. That's observably true.
No.
Observably. Yeah.
The reason why the sun is why it's cold in the winter when the sun is technically closer to you is
It's
because
not.
of the fact that the earth is tilted. So you're not going to get all of that like
What?
heat that is
Mhm.
being captured by the atmosphere.
Okay, that's a load of horse doo-doo right now that you just said that.
It's not.
Because when the sun's closer to you, it's pretty hot in the summertime. It's pretty hot. As it moves farther away, it's pretty cold.
The sun
so
is
the sun's
Sorry,
It's
Aaron.
not. So first of all, the presupposition, the argument that the foundation for it anyway is set on a heliocentric globe Earth paradigm. So of course you're
Yeah.
gonna say that, but you don't see it the
Miguel,
way it naturally. Yes.
sorry to interrupt, but I want to add something about their heliocentric model,
Stick you on
which
mute
she
again.
made a
Sorry, that's
claim.
the third time you've interrupted, dude. It's really fucking annoying, man. Carry on,
Huh?
Mickey.
Yeah. So
Carry
so
on, Mickey.
basically, so basically, right? When the sun's proximity is closer to your location, it's obviously hotter. The sun is closer to you, and as it moves farther away from you, from the Tropic of Cancer to Capricorn, it's going to become colder. That is obviously true, and it's observably true. You don't have to. Like, there's no. I think it's much easier for flat Earth because we don't have to make excuses. Like when the sun's closer, it's actually colder. Like that's weird. Like why would you even say that? Because obviously it's a heat source. When you move closer to a heat source, it's hotter. When you move farther away from the heat source, it's colder. Everybody knows this.
The
It's
sun is
obvious.
always hot, regardless.
Yeah, but its proximity to your location is not the same. Owlishness, is it?
Yeah, I know, but it's closer in the
Ah,
winter.
no, it's how is it closer if you naturally see it closer in the summer, dude? Like, what is up? Like, what? I don't know. I don't get this. Yeah, I know how you fight for the globe, but
Yeah.
something that's obvious is really kind of counterintuitive to it. You know what you're saying? Really is.
Mayhem, may I bring up a point, please?
Sure, but
In your heliocentric paradigm, you do realise that the sun is on an elliptical orbit, and at certain times of year, the Earth is actually closer to the sun. I think this would be in the northern hemisphere's winter time. So you're actually closer to the sun. You do know that, right? Owlishness. No.
Sorry, I'm eating pasta.
Brilliant. So without you putting pasta in your ears, you heard what I said, yeah?
Yeah. You said it's closer in the winter. Is that what you said?
Yeah, being as you've got two winters, throughout the year, one in the northern hemisphere and one in the southern hemisphere, and the elliptical orbit of the Earth brings the Earth closer to the sun. I believe that the sun is actually closer to the Earth in the southern hemisphere's winter. Did you know that?
In the southern hemisphere's winter? I don't think that that's accurate. I don't know. I would have to look it up.
Would you?
It
Yeah,
is.
go and look it up. That's why you're on an elliptical orbit. You understand you're on an elliptical orbit, right?
Yeah. Hold on.
Awesome. So this elliptical orbit brings the Earth closer to the sun. It's not always at a constant 93 million miles away from the sun within your model.
then it would make sense. At least where the sun is closer to them, then it would be summer. At least that would explain that. So if you're saying it's the opposite, then that's counterintuitive. It just can't even be that way. There's no way.
Yeah.
When the sun's closer to you, then it's hotter. I mean, it's colder. Because naturally in the sky, you see it farther away from you in your sky. So visually, it's already looking farther away from you. I mean, the patterns drawn out in the sky. The ancients have been mapping out the celestial bodies always. So what you get with the sun and the moon and the stars is you got some background noise, bro. You got some background noise.
I want to mute. Yeah, sorry, I mute.
Yeah, you're fine. But so like the sun, it follows I would say the Native Americans had a diorama that you can look at. Basically, they made a giant diorama, like in a specific locations, like in their, I don't know what you want to call, like their camp, I guess is what it would be. They have a giant diorama outside. It follows the sun and its path across the sky. So during the summertime, they see the path across the sky. It looks like if you're standing facing south, the sun rises northeast and sets northwest, which makes like a big old if you're looking up at the sky like 90 degrees right above you, you see the sun would go like making a U shape, like a smiley face, right? And makes a big old U around your position, and it goes back to northwest. And then as it crosses the equator, right, the equinox, the time for the equinox, and when it's past the equinox, it goes into the south, it rises southeast and then sets southwest. Everybody knows this, right? Everyone knows this. This is the path of the sun. And when it does that, you can see it rise from the southeast and set at the southwest. It's just naturally, and when it's in the south, it makes like a frowny face, so upside down, right?
What?
Yeah.
Anyway, so it says
There's diagrams actually. I can show you.
Yeah, it says the Earth, due to the elliptical nature of the orbit, the sun is closer to the sun. I mean, I'm sorry, the Earth is closest to the sun in January and furthest in July.
And
due to the
furthest in
tilt.
Yeah, I know, but that's a heliocentric globe Earth idea, and I don't
Yeah, that's
ascribe to that. So
okay.
basically, yeah, we just go based on what we see in the sky. You're going based on a story. I look at the sun in the sky, and I can tell you it's closer.
Right.
You
So
look
you're
at the sun in the sky, seeing it and rising in the northeast, setting in the northwest. You're like, it's farther. I'm like, I don't see it farther. Visually, it looks closer.
so in because it's close, it's like because it's closer down or further down in the sky, it looks closer. Is that what you're saying?
No, farther away. Farther away would be wintertime for you and me. In the if we live in the north,
Yeah.
yeah, farther away when it rises from the southeast, sets in the southwest. That's wintertime for you and me. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I need to get the diagram out so you can see. It's
Okay.
everybody knows this. Not the globe Earth model, but I'm saying as far as visually goes, yeah, you'd be able to see it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna eat my pasta because my cat's trying to steal it. So thanks.
I'll put up a diagram to help out.
All right, cool.
What?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Who asked the question about the seasons in the first place? Who was that? Fail.
I've had a cat that literally eats everything, like literally anything and everything. He'll just try to eat it for no reason. I don't know how he's not dead yet.
Brilliant.
I think he's challenged or something because, like,
All right, let's see.
Why do you think every government's lying to us about this?
Why?
Okay, no, I don't know. That's a weird question.
Well, I mean, they're.
It's a tradition,
like-
basically. It's the grander sense, it would be because it's not true, but in the more specific sense, the people aren't lying to you. They're just passing a tradition on. Like, people aren't lying to their well, yes and no. They're not lying to their children about Santa Claus. They're just practicing a tradition that makes kids happy because they give them gifts and not. So it's just a tradition, right? It's ingrained in our in what we do and stuff. So just telling somebody that's a globe without knowing about anything about it, it seems like something that people do. Just some people do.
Yeah, I agree. Most people don't know how to justify exactly why the Earth is flat or is round, but it is round.
I know that, but do you understand what I mean, though? Because I'm just trying to bring the point that it feels like when you ask somebody about it, they don't really know too much. They're just like, there's a globe because my teacher told me. That's it. That's as far as it goes. It's not going to go any farther. But I'm going to put a diagram real quick about the sun's path. This is according to the globe, of course, but it's still the sun's path. It doesn't take away from the plane. So the little guy that's in the center of that, as you can see, so the solstice, so each solstice, right? So you go from the June solstice, where it reaches its, what is that, Capricorn? And Cancer in the south. I might have it backwards, but
Cancer in the north, Capricorn in the south.
Yeah, Cancer's in the north and Capricorn's in the south. But as it goes from the June solstice to the December solstice, it's traveling along that path. So in the equinox is going to come up in the east and set in the west. But visually, if you're in the north, that's what it's going to look like to you. And as you get farther north, what the weird thing that's going to happen is that those circles that are making the solstice and the equinox and this December solstice, they're going to actually go horizontal. The more north you go, those circles are going to go horizontal. The more south you go, they're going to actually go straight across. So once you go to the equator, those three circles that are at an angle, we're going to be straight across east to west. I don't know if you knew this or not. And as you go farther south, then the circles are going to go the opposite. They're going to be tilting the other way. But they're still going to be rising in the same locations. All right, so from the perspective of the little guy in the center, The solstice, June solstice, that's where the sun's closest to us in the north. So, and this depiction here is for people that are in the north. What you see here, I don't know if you can understand that or not, but yeah.
Can I just
So-
see what photo of like the flat Earth you guys are using? Because I know there's a couple.
We don't use a photo to explain the entire world. That's a reification. That's what we call reification fallacy. So that means
well,
that means.
How do
You want me to
think
tell you?
all the
You want me to
land
tell you what
is
it means?
placed?
You want me to tell you what it means?
Well, I understand what you mean, but I'm
Okay.
just like, how do you think all the land's placed?
There's nobody that can tell you the orientation or the landmass sizes. There's a lot of depictions of what they are as far as due to like the direction of where people travel. But in the orientation style, like whether they're pointing in different directions or you know what I mean? They're in the general places that they are, the general places, like where you would think they are. But as far as like the size of the continents depicted on a projection, they're not exactly predicted or projected, I should say. There's no gold standard that we're going to look at, and I can prove this to you. Type in how many maps are there of the world. That's all you got to type into Google. How many maps are there of the world? And see what it shows you. This is just public knowledge. I'm not telling you some secret information or something.
I get it. It's just like
Okay.
I'm just like,
What's up?
because how do if like we don't have maps for it, how do like we navigate anything?
Right. There's local charts. You know, pilots and mariners use the smaller maps like of the area, and so you
Okay.
can do the same. Like whenever you're traveling, your GPS gives you area maps. So you're not using a giant world map. Although, I mean, if you can basically you can scale up to that, but it's not going to be useful in that area. It's useful in the smaller local regions. You know, you can have charts that can help guide you into the places you want to go. So charts and local maps are the best thing that you got, and they're more accurate than anything. So yeah, any map is a flat map for sure. To say that it's a globe would denote that you're adding curvature to the properties of a map, which you don't need to, because you're basically just plotting courses from place to place. So the curvature is not really important in that sense to actually map it on a globe. So you don't need to carry a globe everywhere, and you know if you're traveling to a location, right? You just need a map. Does that make sense? Fail?
Yeah, it does. It's more like I'm just I don't know. I wasn't expecting that answer, I guess.
I know you were. Nobody is. They
Well,
think
it's
that if
just like
they think it's an entirely different thing that we're talking about here, something taboo. Like flat Earth, get it, man, because it's crazy. No, it's not. You've been looking at things that have been telling you the Earth is flat forever. You just never seen it in this perspective. Now that I'm painting it in a different light, you're like, oh yeah, shit. We've been looking at that all along. Of course you have. The place where it reaches fantasy is where maps start wrapping around a ball. Now we got an issue. Because how did they do that? Right?
I
We're
mean,
starting to figure that out.
with the balls, we can actively like measure how long it would take from one edge to another.
Yeah, but you can do that. Remember when I told you that airline pilots and mariners use local maps and charts? They can just use those. They
Yeah,
don't need
but
those.
if we can keep doing that like reliably
They
on
do
a
it reliably. That's how they
with
travel.
the
Right now,
same map, that
fail.
means
They're using local maps and charts, bro. That's how they navigate the skies. They don't take a globe with them, and that's not how they're not doing that.
of course they're not
Contrary,
taking a globe to like
I
today.
know,
We have
I
better
know.
technology that just
Well, but
has it
technology,
on.
yeah, technology is based on their information prior to the idea that you're saying technology took over. Before they had technology, right? They were using local maps and charts. That's what they were using. Did you know that? Fail?
Of course I did.
Okay. Well, then that's intuitive, right? So you're not going to look at something as in whether they're taking a giant ball in the cockpit and they're just spinning it around. Oh, we're going from here to here. Like, they're not doing that, brother. It's only logical, right? I'm speaking to you as a person who is intelligent. It sounds like you know what you're talking about. But if you agree with me, then everybody's using flat maps. There's no curve needed in any of the things that they do to navigate. Think about it. That's the way it is, brother. You don't need the curve. I mean, obviously, the people need the curve to make the globe Earth a reality. That's where they need it. Outside of that, you don't need it. So, well, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
I mean, the utility of it is not really relative as long as because we're here to find like the truth, not the utility.
Well, the utility is a part of the truth, sir. If it doesn't have a function, then why are we saying it is?
Well, by that, what I mean is like something can be like not useful, but if you figure out that like, oh, it is a donut, let's go with something that we both don't believe.
Right,
Let's say we find out it's a donut that's not necessarily useful, but like if that's the truth, then let's just subscribe to like, okay, that's the truth.
I know, but what's the hardest thing, like as far as this goes, the hardest thing to comprehend is that on the micro scale, they're telling you that it's a flat and it's locally flat on the micro scale. On the macro, they're telling you that it's a giant globe that you're standing on. Right? So the magic trick is once they scale up, they get to a size where it becomes hard to verify or falsify.